Hi, hello everyone. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to be doing a more wearable but still fun makeup look. And I'm using this claropsyche Real Fantasy eyeshadow palette that you saw earlier. It's a really nice array of colors. You get a couple neutral shades, you know, those brown shades, but then you also get the fun pops of colors, plus some shimmers and sparkly shadows. So definitely a nice all-arounder palette, and it's very small. I think it's like about the size of your hand, maybe a little bit bigger. But yeah, I wanted to possibly make this a series where I do looks just with one eyeshadow palette, because I don't like, I'm also on this journey to find and solidify my travel makeup kit, because I travel a little bit for work, and I personally, for me, I love to wear fun makeup, but I don't wear it out often. So having an eyeshadow palette that has both the neutrals and some fun pops of color for when I feel like it is like my dream palette. I will say the only thing that this claropsyche Real Fantasy palette is missing is like more of the depth. Like I would love a darker brown and a black too. Personally, I like to add depth, especially when I'm doing fun makeup looks. So yeah, anyways, back to the makeup. I kind of just talked over everything, but I started out with like the more neutral brown shades on the lids, and then I added this mossy green shimmery shade on the lid, and I really like it. It's kind of subdued, but also just a nice touch of color. And then to complement that, and to contrast it, actually, I added this more purple lower lash line with like a pop of that bluish purple on the inner corners. Lately, I've been really liking to emphasize my lower lash lines. I realized that lining my upper lids is a little bit difficult, and it can look a little bit wonky for me. I have one monolid on my left eye and then an epicanthal fold on my right eye, so the techniques are going to be different for both. And then I don't know if you've ever seen those memes, but like when you have monolids and then you do your liner on your upper lid and then you look down and it's a really thick line, and then when you look back up it's really thin, or it's non-existent. That's how my eyes be. So I've been experimenting with more lower lash line stuff, and it's been working out. I think also it might fit my eye shape better. They kind of go down a little bit, so that's that. I also added this chartreuse color to the inner corners and the bottom parts of my eyes. I think they were a nice pop of color in addition to everything else we got going on. Now I'm using this e.l.f. Camo corrector in yellow, and I bought this a while ago. I really like it. It's pretty thin coverage, but you can build it up, and it was pretty affordable because e.l.f., I want to say it was like $5 when I bought it. I don't know if prices rised because of inflation and all that, but I did buy this like a year and a half ago or something, and times have changed. Times have definitely changed. Anyways, I switched over to using a more yellow toned color corrector for my dark circles. I realized that they were more purpley blue toned. Before I was using like a straight up pink color corrector, which wasn't really working for me, so now the yellow, and sometimes I'll use an orange corrector too if I want more color correcting, but the yellow is good enough. And then now I'm going in with this colourpop. I think it's a Pretty Fresh foundation stick. I got this a while back, and I've been really liking this and stick foundations in general. They're so convenient for, especially when you're on the go, and especially in the mornings when like I just want to slap something on really quick. This is another favorite of mine, the It Cosmetics Sun Blush. It's a nice toasty peachy color, perfect for my skin tone. This is kind of what I look like when I get a little sun-kissed. I love using this as a base layer for my powder blushes to sit on top of. And ooh, this is the Canmake Tokyo marshmallow powder. I picked this up in Japan. At the time of filming this, it was 2 weeks ago when I was in Japan, and I saw this on Instagram. I was a little bit skeptical and hesitant at first because usually Asian face products are like way too light, and surprisingly it really wasn't. I did a flash photo test too, and nothing. I just look smooth and so soft, and I'm an oily girl, so this keeps me, I wouldn't say fully matte because the oil was just so strong, but it does a pretty good job of mattifying me. This is another thing I picked up from Japan. This is the canmake Tokyo 3-in-1 eyebrow pencil or something. Everything will be in the description, but yeah, I'm using the powder side first. It's this powder sponge dipped into powder, and it's nice for like the fronts of my brows because I don't have a lot of hair there. And then I go in with the pencil after, especially to work on my tails and to work on like a little bit more definition in the front. I ended up really liking this shade. I don't know the shade off the top of my head. You're gonna have to look at the description. I'm sorry, but I like how it softens my face. It's like a little bit more of a lighter brown, and I like that. I love looking a little bit softer because my brows are really black, and sometimes I think about bleaching them. I haven't quite done that yet because I'm also scared of the regrowth. So if you've ever bleached your brows and you also have black, essentially black hairs, how did that go for you? Because I'm scared. I'm scared that it's just gonna be a pain to maintain. And now I'm using this YSL Make Me Blush in the shade, I think it's 12 Honeymoon. I like this blush. I do have to say I got it in PR, and I don't think I would ever spend this much money on a blush because I think it's almost $40, but I really like the shade. It's a very universally flattering shade, but yeah, I wouldn't buy this for myself. Maybe for someone else as a more luxury gift, but yeah. You can't, there's no way, you can't tell me you can't find a cheaper blush that performs the same, if not better. But I don't know, how do you feel? Because I think there are some products that are worth the splurge, like some more pigmented cream products or pigmented eyeshadows, skincare products, or things that go on the skin, like foundations and stuff. I can generally see why you would pay more money for that, but for things like blush, bronzer, I don't know, I don't feel the urge to spend loads of money on it. But yeah, let me know how you feel. And then I'm using these false lashes that I got from Japan too. I saw these being used by Alfie. I think that's how you pronounce her name, but I'll put it on the screen. You'll see it probably right now. And I really like these. I do have to learn how to use them though, because with my eye shape they tend to just droop down, so I think I need to angle them a little bit higher when I place them on my eyes, especially for the eye that I have a monolid on. That one is always so tough. But ooh, let me admire this highlighter that we have going on. This is another product that I got from Japan. This is the canmake Tokyo highlighter, and another one that I saw on Instagram, of course. That's, I think, where I took all of my product recommendations from, just some random carousel posts. But oh, this is so pretty. I got the more natural pinky golden shade one, and then I also got this blue one, which is a little bit more blinding just because it's cool toned, and I really like it. I forget how much it was, but it was pretty affordable for a highlighter. I really didn't need more, which is why I was kind of on the fence about it, but I'm glad I did. This is the NYX eyebrow gel or brow glue or something. This is also in a lighter shade, which again goes back to like how I love a softer brow for myself, especially now that my brows are thinner. I think they need to be not as stark, not as noticeable, and they look really good. Tell me if I'm wrong. And now I'm going in with this lip liner that is gonna end up being a little bit too light, but that's the beauty of makeup and even art in general. We can layer and we can fix things. So this is a L'Oreal lipstick that I was putting on, and I was realizing, ooh, maybe she's a little bit too light, but again, it's okay. I'm gonna layer some other products on and make it work. now I'm taking this Kulfi Lassi Lips lip liner, and she's a little bit darker, so I think adding this definition and depth to the outside of the lips really helps to make that lighter lipstick shade look normal. And you know, I feel like I always struggle with doing my lips. Only recently I've started to line my lips with lip liner and all that. I had such a hard time before because of my double lip line, and now I'm adding this LA Girl gloss on top to tie everything together. And now the bang holders are coming off. They're coming off. So this is what we got. I'll do some close-ups and let you look at this look. Let me know what you think. I definitely can see other color combos with this one, and I think it's just such a nice eyeshadow placement for when you want something on the daily, but something more fun or elevated. But anyways, I will see you in the next video. Bye!